In Game 3 of the series in August of 2025 against the LA Dodgers, the Blue Jays might have just gotten saved by 3 minor league players in the last year. Let's talk about it a little bit deeper. The Blue Jays before this game had come off of 2 tough losses. The first one was an epic showdown between the 2 unks of this league. Legendary unks, of course, and Clayton Kershaw and Max Scherzer, both 3-time Cy Young winners. Clayton Kershaw, an MVP winner, and Max Scherzer among the active leaders in strikeouts in this league, both of them eclipsing over 3,000. In Game 2, the Blue Jays really didn't put up any offense against the nasty lefty and Blake Snell, and they struck out a season high 14 times, which is really quite concerning, considering the Blue Jays have started to veer off their normal style of playing that have made them such a hot team so far in the last 2 months. Not striking out and putting balls in play. They struggled to do that in all 3 games really. And if we erase the 8th and 9th inning from this game, then there would probably be a much worse vibe and feel for the Jays going into a next tough series against the Chicago Cubs and Texas Rangers. In this Game 3, the Blue Jays offense did seem to click as Bo Bichette walked and Vladdy drove him in. That's 1 run in the first inning, something that the Blue Jays have only done twice so far, scoring 2 runs in the previous 2 games combined. And then Eric Lauer, a consistent starter for us, really showed his cracks and made us question why or whether or not he should be in the rotation when Shane Bieber returns. To this game, he only went 3 innings, giving up 3 earned runs and putting the Blue Jays in quite a difficult spot, considering the bullpen was not rested like it was after the Colorado series. Really today, John Schneider did a fantastic job putting in the right arms during the right times to give us a shot at winning this game. Today we saw the trade deadline really pay off as Ty France drove in another run for the Jays, bringing the lead within only 1 run for the Dodgers, which puts high leverage arms in high leverage situations. Louis Varland made it through 1 2/3 innings, providing depth, as well as Sir Anthony Dominguez going 2/3 innings. What I did not see coming was our offense absolutely igniting on a good LA Dodgers bullpen who really kept us hitless throughout the last 2 games, as especially in the 8 and 9 innings, the clutch bats in this Blue Jays lineup, who has been propelling us to wins recently, showed up to play. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. seems to have gotten out of his slump completely, maybe aided by the Rockies pitching, but definitely not showing any signs of quit, hitting a clutch game-tying home run in the top of the 8th inning against Blake Treinen. What I was not prepared for was a back-to-back home run showing from the Jays. Addison Barger hits the same exact pitch from the same exact pitcher out of the ballpark once again, giving the Blue Jays a 4-3 lead. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, Yauriel Rodriguez, who has struggled to find the strike zone last game, a little foreshadowing into the Blue Jays pitching in the next 2 innings, comes in the game, gets 2 outs, but also walks 2 batters. And so this leaves Jeff Hoffman to get a 4-out save. Bases are loaded and Jeff Hoffman walks the tying run in, tying the game up at 4. It's time for heroics now late in the game. Now here's the second out of 3 minor leaguers that absolutely clinched this game for the Jays. Ernie Clement, first pitch, first batter of the 9th inning, drives that slider deep into the left field stands. And that's a good sign for Ernie Clement as he's been swinging a really hot bat lately. And also that's really good for the Jays as well as they now put themselves in the lead. Now here's the bottom of the 9th inning. Jeff Hoffman has now walked the bases loaded. And now it leaves John Schneider with a really tough decision. Go with the closer who can't throw anything in the strike zone, or go to a rookie this year who was in the minors last year with the ERA over 5, facing Shohei Ohtani with the bases loaded. Talk about a high leverage situation when your team really needs it. And really, Mason Fluharty pulled out the most clutch pitching performance so far, striking out Ohtani on a 3-2 count with a beautiful sweeper. And Mookie Betts, who has struggled but has seemed to have found some life recently, hits into a ground out. Addison Barger to second baseman Ernie Clement, 2 of the superheroes on offense combined for the play for the defense. And there we go. The Blue Jays avoid the sweep with ultimately the most clutch 2 innings ever played this season, with key performances from Mr. $500 million in Vladdy, which is why he gets those dollars, and also through some players who earn about league minimum in Addison Barger, Ernie Clement, and Mason Fluharty. This was definitely one of the most surprising games of the season, and one where the Blue Jays showed why they can seriously win some games in October. Thanks for swinging through today's immaculate inning, and be sure to enjoy much more Blue Jays games, clutch finishes like this throughout the rest of the season.